A blessed day to you, all my sports to the bone people. Welcome back to another one. Yes, my viewers and subscribers. First things first, thank you all for checking this video out. Now, there are three things in particular that I want to take a look at in this one. We see where the former West Indies player Richie Richardson, he recently did an interview and he had quite a few things to say as it relates to how CWI should go about recruiting their next head coach or the next two head coaches that they are in search of. So I'm going to talk about that. Plus, we're going to take a look at team weeks and the West Indies Academy playing out to a draw earlier today. Plus, the IPL. We had a couple of games and there are a few West Indians that were in action in the IPL, so I'll also give you some info on that. So just give a listening ear until the end and hit that subscribe button if you have not yet subscribed. It will help the channel. See it? Alright. Let us get down into the first one. Gonna take a look at former West Indies player Richie Richardson. He recently did an interview on the Mason and Guest radio program. So this information, I am taking it from the Saturday Express, and they are sharing the information which was taken from the Mason and Guest radio program. So this is no information of mine. I am just taking it from this thing here. So it says Sir Richie Richardson says that Cricket West Indies should be careful about the appointment of the next West Indies men's head coach, all while advocating for a cricket academy in every island of the region. So those were his two main talking points, that there needs to be a cricket academy in all islands in the region. And, he was talking about CWI needing to be careful as it relates to how they go about appointing the next head coach. So before I give you the exact quote or the exact quotes from Richie Richardson, let me just give you some of the things that the article is saying. So it says Richie Richardson was making the comments during the Mason and Guest show on The Voice of Barbados last Tuesday evening. So that is where the information came from. So this is the first quote from Richie. So it says, and I quote, "We in the Caribbean have brought in many coaches from all over, top coaches." And he went on to say, "Have we seen the results? I don't know." End quote. So he's raising the question, have we seen the results after we would have paid a lot of money to bring in people from all over the place? He went on to say, and I quote, "But if you are going to pay big money to bring in somebody in to make a difference, they, as in the coach or the coaches, have to be responsible for our cricket from the bottom right up." So he's saying if you are going to pay the big bucks for big coaches, then they need to be responsible for the cricket from the grassroots right up to West Indies international team. So not only coming to deal with West Indies at an international level, but they should be in charge of the entire thing. Don't know if anybody going to take up that, or I don't know if West Indies have the money to pay for that. Anyway, let me give you what he went on to say. He's saying that they have to be responsible for the cricket from the bottom right up. He's saying that you cannot just bring somebody and pay them big money to coach the senior team and expect them to change anything in West Indies cricket. Right? He went on to say this coach has to have some sort of connection to what is happening at the grassroots level. And I can't knock him for saying that, because if you are watching West Indies cricket, it is obvious that the thing needs to be fixed from the bottom coming straight up. The sort of deficiency that we are seeing at the international level, you can't necessarily pay people big money to coach big men how to fix these sort of things. But I don't know, it would have to be a case where you're bringing in a team. So you're bringing in a head coach and you're giving him good money alongside team members to monitor grassroots coming right up. I don't know if we have the sort of money to pay people to come and take over the entire cricket program in the Caribbean. Then that wouldn't be a case of you hiring a head coach for West Indies international for a West Indies team. That would be you hiring somebody to do Jimmy Adams' work. He is the director of cricket. He's the one that needs to make sure that not saying that he should go out and coach, but he's the one that should make sure that grassroots program, all of these things, they have the right people at the right level. I don't know. That is what I am thinking, my viewers and subscribers. So he went on to say that, and I quote, "I believe the CWI is doing their best, but we need a concerted effort as well, concentrated effort as well. We need to be strong culturally. That's why I mentioned getting back in the schools and stuff like that, because we have to to recreate that culture." So he's saying that we need the culture of having people wanting to play for West Indies, understanding what it is like to play for West Indies from the bottom right up. But even you create this sort of culture, I don't know if these guys can really fight off the amount of money that they are being offered around the world. You understand? So you instill a certain sort of culture in the players, a certain sort of thing in the players, and when they reach a certain level, everybody graduate to the IPL, everybody graduate to the franchise around the world. So what Sir Richie Richardson is saying, I am in a agreement that we need to get into the school, get at the grassroots level, make sure the guys are learning the cricket, make sure that they understand the importance of playing for West Indies. But it all comes down to CWI at the international level being able to compete with what the guys are being offered across the world. And with reports coming out of England that people over there in the IPL are actually offering players money, a hefty sum to quit international cricket. It's really hard. It's definitely hard. So I guess the culture thing, you really want to get these guys loving the culture. That is the only way you're going to get them to sit down and play for West Indies with so much money around the world. Sir Richie Richardson is saying that it is quite challenging times, but it is quite good to be contributing to the game, to continue to contribute to the cricket. So he's saying that even though it is challenging times, everybody needs to play their part. Everybody needs to play their role as it relates to making sure that West Indies cricket stay afloat. So I just took some of what he was saying, my peeps. But if you want everything, you can check out the Mason and Guest radio program there, and you can see everything in details, But I just wanted to give you the general idea. Richie is saying that they got to be careful if they are bringing in somebody from overseas with big bucks. They need to be in charge of our entire program. I mean, it's good if a head coach can be in connection with the grassroots program, but at what level? Definitely cannot expect the coach to go down and to coach at that level. I don't know. I don't know if I understand, but I agree that the grassroots program needs a lot of attention. So that is it where that is concerned. So let me just run through the game that was played earlier today between Team Weeks and West Indies Academy. So that game actually played out to a draw with both teams again. Team Weeks making 401 all out. West Indies Academy getting 435. Team Weeks getting in back to back, getting into bat again. They were 107 for 3. And as I would have indicated earlier, Kirk McKenzie, he made 221. He was the top scorer there in the first innings for the West Indies Academy. In the second innings for Team Weeks, we would have seen Tejnarayan Chandapoy getting a half century, 53. McCaskey getting 21. Alec Artanes remaining not out on 1. And Casey Carty getting 21 and McCaskey getting 31. So that is how it looked, my viewers and subscribers, in that game. Teams playing out to a draw. Just before I go, let me give you a quick update on the IPL. So earlier today we had a couple of games. KKR going down to the Titans, and in that game the scores, the Titans, they made 100. Well, KKR made 179. The Titans made 180 for 3. And in that game, we would have seen Andre Russell getting some runs under his belt. He has come in for some heavy criticism over the last couple of days. He got 34 of 19 deliveries with 2 4s and 3 6s to his name. So that is how it went for Andre Russell. You know, don't know. It seems as if they arrest Sunil Narine. Actually, let me see. Well, he bowled 3 overs for 24 runs and he picked up 1 wicket. So 3 overs, 24 runs, picked up 1 wicket. That is how it went for Sunil Narine. He actually, you know, doing Sunil Narine stuff. In the next game, we had the Sunrisers Hyderabad going up against the Delhi Capitals, and the Hyderabad, they actually won that game. Delhi Capitals once again asking Rahman Powell to rub the bench. You know, he did not play in this game. So Akil Hussain is the only man that we really need to focus on in this game. He got the opportunity to bowl, and he actually bowled 4 overs. So he bowled 4 overs and he gave away 40 runs, and he was only able to pick up 1 wicket. So Akil Hussain getting an opportunity to go out there and do his thing. So that is pretty much it for this one, my viewers and subscribers. Just wanted to give you guys a quick rundown of how our players did. Not necessarily everybody in the IPL. You know, from time to time we just zoom in on our players and let you know how they did. So big up on yourself, my peeps, and we'll touch base again in the lights. Blessings.